Everybody loves an old fashioned, but have you ever tried a tequila old fashioned? Today, I'm gonna show you how to make a whole batch of it.
Welcome to the series brought to you by the Patrón Education team, together with all their friends from bars all over the world. Each week, we'll be teaching you tips, tricks, and recipes to step up your cocktail game at home. Cocktails at home, perfected by Patrón.
Thank you for tuning in. This is Cocktails at Home, perfected by Patrón, and my name is Stephen Halpin. One of my absolute favorite cocktails has always been the old fashioned. As a bartender, I loved making it for guests because it's one of those drinks that I think that if you take your time and do all of the steps right, you can really knock this one out of the park. You can go to any bar and ask for an old fashioned, but it's really when you get a bartender that knows what they're doing that can make that drink absolutely exceptional. And so what I'm gonna do today is I want to show you some of the things that make this drink exceptional. One of the bad parts about this cocktail is that when you're making it for yourself at home, it's kind of labor intensive and you really can only make one at a time. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how to make a batch of it. Take all of the exact same ingredients, but make multiples of it at one time. And so that you can have it ready for whenever you want it, whenever you're in the mood. You don't have to keep taking all those things back out. You're ready to go at any point. So let's get into it. You should start out with your cocktail using the least expensive ingredient all the way up to your most expensive ingredient. That way, if you make a mistake, you add too much of something, you can dump it out and be able to start over without wasting too much. And so for this, we're gonna start out with a whole navel orange. All you wanna do is just have a big pitcher or jug to be able to catch all these ingredients in. That's gonna make your life a lot easier. And then we're gonna start with either a vegetable peeler, a sharp knife, whatever it takes to be able to take all of the peel off of this. I'm gonna do it all in one go, but you can feel free if you want to just take strips. You don't have to worry about getting it all. Just take your time and be careful with it. So as I said before, the devil is in the details with this cocktail. You could easily just drop this all in and be able to pull some of the oils from it. But if you really want to do it properly, what you're going to do is you're going to start and take every inch and you're going to press out the oils all the way through. Moving your way down and expressing those oils. Perfect. Next, we're going to add in some agave nectar. This is cut 1-to-1 with hot water. Just to make an agave syrup, and we're gonna add 5 ounces of this all together. Obviously, for an old fashioned, you're gonna want to use bitters. For me, Angostura is an essential part of this. Whatever other flavor you want to do, whatever sounds good. If you like peach and you want to do a peach bitters or a walnut bitter, whatever it may be, I feel that the best thing for it is to have a foundation of Angostura and then add whatever other bitters. And so for this cocktail, for this recipe, we're going to add 18 dashes of Angostura bitters. And a dash is a full heavy hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then for the other flavor that I want to bring out in this one, I'm going to use Hella Bitters. They make a chocolate bitters that's fantastic. Really brings out the chocolate notes that you can find in Patrón Añejo. And so for this, I'm going to use 12 dashes of bitters. 1, 2, 3, 4. The key to an old fashioned is to kind of think of it like it's a kind of like a cake recipe. If you can make a good strawberry cake, you can make a good chocolate cake. You have to just understand how to make a cake and understand the foundation of it. And once you have that, then you can mix it up. So you may be more familiar with the old fashioned being made with bourbon or rye or some kind of whiskey, but really the old fashioned is just a good foundation for you to be able to use with any dark spirit. And I really genuinely feel that tequila is the absolute best thing for it. And I really hope you give this one a try at home and check it out. And so for the next part, we're gonna add in our tequila. This is our batch of old fashioned. So we are going to take the whole bottle. Next, you're just gonna wanna give this a stir to combine. Pour a couple out for yourself to be able to have right away. We'll add ice to these in just a second. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and take your bottle and be able to add all of that back in there. You wanna be sure that you get all of this going back inside without letting any of the orange peel go. So if you had peeled them in smaller pieces, just make sure that you are not letting any of that get back inside of the bottle. And so what I would do is store this on your bar cart, whatever. Sometimes I'll put an X on it to make sure that no one thinks that it's just regular Añejo, but you can see that darker color that it has. It should have a pretty long shelf life to it. There's nothing that can really go bad. It's just got some oils to it. I've never had one last for longer than 2 weeks, but I would say up to a month should be fine. Then whenever you're ready for an old fashioned, all you have to do is add some ice. So let's show you how you would finish that out. You notice that when I made the batch, I didn't add dilution to it. I've got some great big pieces of ice, but most people at home are probably gonna have that refrigerator ice, which is gonna melt down faster. And so I figured not having dilution in here and pouring it over that ice so that when it does melt down a little faster, you're gonna add that dilution at that point. And then finally, just to garnish with these, you're gonna wanna take a couple of orange peels, hold them up nice and close over the top, and just pop those oils. And that's the absolute easiest way that you can take one whole bottle of Patrón Añejo and turn it into a batch of old fashioned for you to be able to have at your convenience anytime you want. I really, really hope you enjoy this one. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other batch recipes that you'd love to see. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you back here on Cocktails at Home, perfected by Patrón.